Republicans called an entirely male panel to talk about women's health. Women did not testify until this afternoon when 2 women joined 3 more men on a second panel. Not only were the vast majority of witnesses male, they were all called to testify by Republican members because they seem to have all the answers. The Democrats' witness was rejected by committee chairman Darrell Issa.
I cannot think of who would be more appropriate for the committee to hear from than the women who were affected by this policy, whose lives were affected. One of the women I wanted to talk about today is a close friend of mine. She has polycystic ovarian syndrome, and what that means is that she needs to take contraception for a medical reason to prevent cysts from growing on her ovaries. So for her, she was unable, they repeatedly refused her contraceptive coverage claims, and she had verification from her doctor. It didn't matter. So she had to pay out of pocket about $100 a month for her, month after month after month, and eventually she just couldn't afford it. So what happened is that after a few months of her not taking the prescription, a massive cyst grew on her ovary. She woke up one night in the middle of the night in excruciating pain. She told me that it felt like she'd been shot. Ultimately happened is that she had that ovary surgically removed. She had to have it surgically removed. And as a result of that, of course, she would have problems conceiving a child, but even more, it hasn't stopped for her. She, since the surgery, has experienced symptoms of early menopause, and her doctors are very concerned that at the age of 32, she is entering early menopause, which means that there will be nothing any doctor can do to help her to conceive a child.
So much of politics is about framing. Is this a debate about contraception? Is it a debate about religious liberty? Or is it a debate about a talk radio giant insulting a third-year law student?
What does it say about the college co-ed Susan Fluke, who goes before a congressional committee and essentially says that she must be paid to have sex? What does that make her? It makes her a slut, right? Makes her a prostitute. She wants to be paid to have sex.
Without insurance coverage, contraception, as you know, can cost a woman over $3,000 during law school. For a lot of students who, like me, are on public interest scholarships, that's practically an entire summer's salary.
She's having so much sex she can't afford the contraception. She wants you and me and the taxpayers to pay her to have sex. What does that make us? We're the pimps.
And again on Thursday.
If we're going to have to pay for this, then we want something in return, Ms. Fluke, and that would be the videos of all this sex posted online so we can see what we are getting for our money. College co-ed.
Rush Limbaugh's words have now cost him 7 advertisers. ProFlowers, the latest big money company, to flee his show, saying his language went beyond political discourse to a personal attack and do not reflect our values as a company. This weekend, in the face of advertiser uproar, Limbaugh apologized. My choice of words was not the best, and in an attempt to be humorous, I created a national stir. I sincerely apologize to Ms. Fluke for the insulting word choices.
I guess my reaction is the reaction that a lot of women have when they've been called these names. Initially, you're stunned, but then very quickly you're outraged, because this is historically the kind of language that is used to silence women.
The White House now tells us that we can reveal that you just got off the phone with President Obama.
He encouraged me and supported me and thanked me for speaking out about the concerns of American women. And what was really personal for me was that he said to tell my parents that they should be proud, and that meant a lot because Rush Limbaugh questioned whether or not my family would be proud of me. So I just appreciated that very much.